Queen Mother, Queen Mother, Queen Mother, QueenMother TV. You at the right place, you at the right time. QueenMother TV, welcome to the queue. We ready, we ready, we ready, we ready for you. Queen Mother, Queen Mother.
We ready, we ready, we ready, we ready for you. Welcome to the queue. You at the right place and at the right time. I'm so excited. I'm Audrey. This is my girl, Renea. We're so excited. Thank you so much for logging in with us, for liking, for following, and for subscribing. Thank you so much for rocking with us. We have tried. Nothing beats a failure but a try.
We want you guys to walk through this with us.
Oh, my goodness.
Our trials and our errors. And we're new to all the technology
All the
and trying to
technology.
figure it out. Yeah,
Oh,
trying
my
to
goodness.
figure this out.
We're just
We
trying to
got
figure it
this equipment, microphones, all this kind of stuff. A
Don't make no
board,
sense. What is it?
we got a board with all of the
The
fun
buttons
things in there
and
to
the
do.
buttons and the.
And
And
we
what
just
do
need
do?
y'all to walk through this with us and watch us grow. Because we're
And
growing.
we're
And we
growing.
want you guys to grow with us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's because
Technically,
it's a journey.
through technology. Grow with us as we grow and learn this technology. But
It
we're going
takes
to
a
give you
village.
some wisdom and some opinions that really matter as we
Absolutely.
walk through the development of this technology.
Absolutely. That's what we're doing because, I mean, the momentum, we can't stop it, right? Once we put our minds together and we decided that we were going to do it, well, then that just shifted everything. It shifted the whole trajectory of where this is going. So, hey, this is the year of the horse. We're right now in the Chinese New Year of the fire horse. Yes.
Okay.
That means swift, sudden momentum, you know.
Okay.
That means all systems go, you know.
It's on warp speed, huh?
That's right. That's what it feels like. It really does. Oh my God. It's so much going on, but Happy New Year.
Yeah, and of course the continued Black History Month. And
Yeah.
I think on the top of the agenda today, Jesse Jackson passed away. And that was a lot of history. Now he's a forefather
My
now.
God. My God. Now
A
he's
legend,
a
icon. He's a forefather now. So
yeah.
we R.I.P. Reverend Jesse Jackson. He is worthy of, some
Absolutely.
talk.
All the honor, because he put the
He's
work.
worthy of some honor. Yeah,
He's
that's the word.
worthy. Yes, to
He
give.
is, he ain't he's not a saint, but
Okay.
nobody is, ain't no
And
saints.
nobody
But
is
shit,
saying. Now, we ain't trying to say that.
listen, shit, if Mother Teresa could be a damn saint, he can.
Okay.
Her ass had people in the hospital talking about the only way you can get to God is if you suffer. But when her ass started getting sick, she flew the fuck out of where she was to a hospital and got all the damn pain medication and everything. So if her ass could be a saint, shit, Jesse Jackson could be a fucking saint. Now,
I tell you, he right up there with them all. Right now, I'm telling you, there is a shout going on right now because he empowered us to know that we are somebody. I mean, at that time when we lost Dr. Martin Luther King, this was such a pivotal moment, right? And we were crushed in our spirits, really. And to try to build that momentum, because there could never be a replacement for Dr. Martin Luther King. But certainly the Reverend Jesse Jackson came in with his boots on the ground. He's like, listen, I can't be him, but I can be me, you know. And he was young then, and he was full of ideas, full of fire. He wasn't afraid, you know. And I mean, Operation Breadbasket, right? Operation Push.
Operation Push.
Remember,
Yeah,
but
right out of
it started with the
Chicago.
bread basket.
Yeah.
That was what it was at first, and it
Yep,
was like,
started with the bread basket. Yep.
remember? And I mean, it just kept the
Yeah, yeah, I
community
remember.
together.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Chicago has always been that, you know. And
The center.
another thing, he was always so personable. Everybody
Yeah.
that's speaking of him now had some kind of up close and personal encounter with him. He wasn't
But wait
like,
a minute. Let me tell you, the first time I saw Jesse Jackson live. Now,
okay,
you know, we have been seeing him on TV all the
right,
time.
right,
And, you
right,
know, a lot of people saw him live. But the
right, right.
first time I seen his ass live, I was like, that motherfucker
He
is
got,
fine.
he was fine. Now, come on, come on, come on. Now, that's the truth today. I was going to say this. Y'all don't have the same kind of memories I got. They didn't do him justice.
TV did not do his ass
They did
justice.
not
I'm
do him.
telling you,
They did not
he
do it
was
justice.
a fine.
He was
Jesse
fine.
Jackson was fine. He was fine. He was fine.
For real. And that's what I remember. I just remember
Oh
standing
my
back like,
God!
my God, you know,
I was like, and he was tall,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
seen him. I
yeah.
looked up. I was like, damn, motherfucker, fine.
He fine now.
Shit.
Okay. Those are the memories I
Listen.
have. We could go up to him. I mean, he would always shake your hand. It wasn't like he was some kind of
Yeah.
star or celebrity or whatever. He was a real person, genuine, you know, and everyone in Chicago has some kind of recollection of that. But I'm just saying, if it wasn't a Jesse Jackson, we wouldn't have had. I think even Shirley Chisholm might have run after Jesse Jackson, threw his hat in the ring.
I think she was the first one. I think she
She
was
came
first.
before him. She was in about
He came
88, I thought.
before. Yeah, Jesse was like, yeah,
He
he
was
was
84. In 1984, I believe he launched his campaign. I remember that in 84. But I believe Shirley
okay,
Chisholm came after that. I thought she was
okay,
88. But if
okay.
it was, however it was, I think he came first. But then Harold Washington became the first black mayor of
Of
Chicago.
Chicago. Yeah.
None of that I don't think would have happened if it hadn't been for Jesse Jackson laying the
Well,
foundation.
because the Democratic Party and the Republican Party freaked out because at that particular time, I think he registered like 1 million new voters.
Okay. So everybody was freaking out. Republican,
Yeah,
Democrat. They was like, yeah.
yeah. I
Because then
remember
all of a
that.
sudden we became really interested in this election, right? And so
And
every
then
step, yeah,
he was a keynote speaker at the DNC, the
right.
National.
I
Yeah, he
remember
was the
that.
keynote
I
speaker
remember
there.
that. I remember
So
that.
yeah, they freaked out with that million. I believe it was 1 million because back then that was a lot
That was
of
unprecedented.
new
Yeah, because
registered votes.
we
Yeah,
wasn't voting like that. And so this is
right.
what really triggered our interest in the electoral system.
And that was the first time I voted. Now I could have voted
Really.
before that, and
Uh-huh.
I didn't. I never voted, and I know I was one of them the new registered voters, and I
Yeah.
definitely voted for him in the primary. I
Yeah,
sure did.
that's history, man.
And
I tell
and
you.
when Barack ran, I was looking at and I was saying you know, Barack can because Jesse didn't have the money that Barack had,
Right.
but he had the notoriety, and he had the black vote
On
100%
on
behind
lock,
him.
on lock.
So when Barack ran, and then that made me look at the states that he won during the primary. He won the South, but he won a lot of states
They
in
said he
his
had about
run.
3 million votes or something like that. I remember it was something high, unexpected. You know,
Yeah, it was.
they didn't expect him to do
No, they
such
didn't
a short,
expect that,
you
but
know.
he won a lot of states. So when Barack was running, I said, okay, he has the money to
Okay.
get those other states because we knew he was going to win the South. You know,
Yeah.
the majority, like Jesse did. Those were the
Yeah.
states for the most part that he won. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I think this brother can win because he got the money and he has the same group that
Yeah.
Jesse had. It was
Yeah.
just when Jesse went
Different.
outside of those Southern and those predominantly Democratic states Barack had the money to go and reach out to the other people that he needed to win that primary.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why I think Jesse didn't win the primary back then.
It
But
wasn't. It was the climate. He wouldn't have won, even if he had got it. He wouldn't have won. It wasn't gonna.
right,
They wasn't gonna
right,
receive him then. But
right.
he was a forerunner, like you said, a
Yes,
forefather, forerunner.
he
We
was.
always have to have somebody that's gonna lay the groundwork. Lay the
Yeah,
track. And so the
yeah,
tracks have been laid. And so now we can
yeah,
keep on running. However, with everything that's going on,
yeah.
I think our running
Yeah.
days might have run out. Way things are
Either,
going on now.
listen, either party, both of them is corrupt.
Listen, it's the same bird. You got two wings on one bird. I don't care if it's red or it's blue. It's the same old bird, okay? You can take one wing painted blue, and you can take one wing. It's the same bird. And
They flying in the same
girl,
direction. Huh? It's flying
listen
in
to
the
me. With
same
all of
direction.
that mess, I'm over it, and I'm not on that loop
Yeah,
no more. You're not going to gaslight
that's
me
right.
with a red or
That's
blue. It's one
yeah,
United States, and doggone it, a country that doesn't protect its citizens as children. To see the state that we're in now, you
yeah.
need to dismantle and just rebuild. This country needs a new
You know
direction
what?
altogether.
But you know what? Now, I don't mean the political Tea Party. I don't mean that Tea Party,
Yeah,
but I mean the historical Tea Party
yeah.
that they called back then, and they was boycotting and the revolution, how the
Come on,
revolution started.
come on, everybody, all hands on
Listen,
deck, 10 toes
it
down, all
is
everybody.
it is the good old boys. They are pissed the fuck off. They are the
Mm,
yeehaw boys.
they mad about it.
They are middle
Be-
America
Yeah,
corn-fed boys.
they
They
mad.
are mad about their babies getting eaten. They are really
Yeah.
mad
Well,
about
they
that.
ought to be. It's the time. It's time for everybody to understand the gravity of this situation. I mean, this is not a political thing. It's not,
Uh-uh.
this is across the
Uh-uh.
board. Really, it
It's a
is
human.
a
Even
crime
though
against humanity.
our babies weren't being eaten, but theirs was. But who wants your baby to get eaten?
And
That's
say that we're
horrible.
having this. Are we having this conversation? Are we
Oh
really
my
talking about
God.
this? This really
Really?
happening? It's really happening. And
It's
and this
real.
is and this is the thing. I don't believe that Jeffrey Epstein was the beginning of it.
Oh
I
no.
believe it's been going on for years and years and years. And
It started in, what's the name of that place? It started in, I think, like 300 AD back in the Russia area, but it was called something else, Kazakh or something like that. It
um,
was called,
Kazakhstan,
and no, it
Kazakhstan.
wasn't
Yeah.
Kazakhstan, but it started with a K, and I'll think of it. I'll get it. But they were doing that way back then, and they were into the satanic stuff. And the people got together and said, y'all gonna have to stop this. And you have a choice of being a Christian, a Jew, or Muslim. And those people up there, the Ashkenazis, they picked Judaism, but
Mhm.
they continued their practice of satanic. So
Well.
that's what's going on now. They continued it. They're the Ashkenazis, and they come from Europe over there by Russia. So that's them.
But
That's them.
there's
They're the
practices in the
ones.
Bible
Yeah,
that go back
yeah,
centuries.
yeah.
The
That's
same.
them.
It's the same.
That's them. That is them.
And,
That's who they talking
sacrificing their
about.
children to the god of Molech.
That's who they are talking about right now. That's who's running the
So
world.
this is a religious thing that's taking place.
It's what I'm saying is under the guise of Judaism. That's what it is. It's under the guise of Judaism, but they're saying, I'm Jewish, I'm practicing, the Hebrew Judaism, but they're practicing Satanism. Actually, that's what they're doing. They
Mm,
they 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 maintained their rituals and what they were doing all along. They just covered it up under Judaism. They just covered it behind Judaism.
We all gonna learn something today. I'm telling you, this thing has hit the fan, and I don't know if we're ever gonna be able to go back to business as usual. I know there's no such thing as going back to business as usual.
We shouldn't be
can't.
able to. Yeah.
Many things are still yet coming out, and they keep wanting to say, well, XYZ is not on the list, or you see this, but I don't believe that just because they haven't surfaced, certain individuals are not on there or haven't been publicized or haven't been unredacted. I'm of the mind that it's everybody. It's all of them.
Yeah.
It's all of them.
And that one may have been the largest and deviates, but there are other pockets around that are, like satellites of that around the world. There's satellites of other people, humans from Europe doing that stuff.
And so one thing I read was that Jeffrey Epstein was even pitching the idea of having a baby farm so that he
They
could.
had it. They had the baby
His
farm.
rural ranch was
They was doing it. They was doing it. They was doing it. And they said they were doing it. That's what they were doing. They were manufacturing babies. And they said that their intestines tasted like cheese or something like that with the mother's milk in the intestines after they was eating the babies. The intestines was good. It tasted good with the mother's milk in it.
I just, there's certain things you just.
Emails. This was in emails. It's real. It's real. It's unbelievable though. You can only imagine this in a movie. You can't imagine that this is in real life.
And that's where I am. I'm having a hard time.
I think a lot of us are.
And I think that's where I am now. I'm in a total state of shock. And I want to be in denial. I want to say conspiracy. I want to say it's crazy talk. But right here and right now, you got to face the truth. And I think that's where we are now. All the old illusions are falling away. Everything that we wanted to believe, even though, there's some things I want to still hold on to. This day and this time, I cannot afford to.
No.
It's detrimental to my growth. Do you want to stay stuck in a place that's not real?
But it's real. It's all real. Because with the World Wide Web and these social medias, everybody in the world knows about it. So for the most part, a lot of humans in different countries and all four corners of the world, of Earth, everybody knows about this. And I think we're just trying to get this thing in the reality because it's so fucking far-fetched that this shit is really happening. We have to internalize it and analyze it. And I think that's where we are right now.
But the thing about it, I think the brick wall, I ran into it right quick because it's just like, it's like, okay, Beelzebub can't cast out Beelzebub. Okay. So if everybody is involved, who can prosecute? Who can prosecute if everybody's involved? Right?
The good old boys. The good old
nobody,
boys.
They ain't gonna prosecute. Ain't nobody gonna prosecute. You know what I mean? The system is deeply entrenched. There's nobody's going to jail. If they go, it's smoke and mirrors. They make it look like somebody is going to take the fall. They thought we would be okay with Diddy taking the fall for most of it. And then they kept saying, but what about Epstein? They say, oh, no, don't worry about Epstein. Just worry about what Diddy got going on there. We say, well, what about Epstein? Ah, where Epstein's dead. He walking around right now, still alive. I mean, it's like,
and then Giselle ain't in jail no more.
And she ain't in jail. She right there with him. So they're making a mockery out of the judicial system. I have no trust. I have zero trust in the system. When you got people that can have clones and lookalikes and people to stand in, and they got the skin suits, and they can do what they want to do now. Ain't nothing real. And so you ain't gonna make me believe that any of these people are gonna get prosecuted. These people have built this system. It's been years and years and years and layers upon layers. And listen here, in order for it to work, it had to have the little people like us.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this. Now, I know in prison, the pedophiles get killed by if you a Latino pedophile, they'll kill you. If you white, the groups, they kill their own pedophiles. They murder their own pedophiles, and it's up to that group to do it. But they murder the pedophiles. So I really, really think that the good old boys.
Some things you just can't say. Some things you can't say.
I think they're going to get them. I think the good old boys is going to get them. Because here in America, we different.
Yeah.
We different. Now, I think the good old boys is going to get them. But
I heard about this one guy. What happened? He must have sexual, certain things you can't say on here. But so he must have essayed somebody. You can say it like that. And as soon as he got in prison, all of a sudden he came up. He was no longer.
It was when all the stuff was coming out about Catholic churches, and they did sentence a priest, and he wasn't there 3 months.
Wow. So yeah, they have their own form of.
You are not going to survive if you are. They call them chomos. If you're a chomo, a child molester, you are not going to survive in there.
Yeah.
And I know the rage that I see with the good old boys and men, the fathers, they are incensed.
Of course.
They are incensed that these people. Now, here's the other thing that we have to look at. You're talking about secular justice. Is God gonna start walking? Since we know the devil is walking down here on two legs. Now we know this shit for sure now.
He walking.
We know it for sure. We know if you didn't know, now you know. If you didn't know, now you know.
If you didn't know, now you know. He's walking.
If he is really truly walking, now God gonna have to walk. He gonna have to start walking. If he don't walk, then what? Then what? Then what?
Then you just gone. If God don't do it, then it can't be done. That's the one thing. If God don't do it, we don't stand a chance. But the thing about it is none of this would be coming to light now if God wasn't involved. Nay, I mean, God has always been there. It's not like he's not there. It's like he's given us up to our own devices, turned us up to a reprobated mind, a reprobate mindset. Sometimes he'll give you over until your own.
We wasn't involved in that.
No, we wasn't involved in that, but we've been involved in our own. We ain't been so squeaky clean that we can say we can lift up clean hands. We can't say that.
No, but we ain't been eating our babies and sacrificing them and shit like that. We ain't been doing that. Nope.
Let me tell you one thing I'm not going to do here today. I'm not going to vouch for nobody but myself. I'm not going to say what ain't nobody been doing because I can't say that. I'm not going to let nobody make a fool out of me. I can tell you what I haven't been doing, but I'm never going to stand on here and swear of what nobody's been doing. I don't know that to be true. I would say I would hope that would not be the case, but I'm not going to stand here and vouch for nobody.
You don't have to say it, but I will.
Girl,
I will say that we have not been in that practice, not to that degree. Then, well, I'll say not to that degree, but for the most part, that just ain't what we do. I mean, really, honestly, that is just not what we do. And it's so prevalent there.
So it's in exchange for power. Is this a ritual? Are these rituals
It's a
for
ritual
power?
that they bought, that the Ashkenazis bought with them. It's a ritual. It's like a religion. It's satanic. It's a satanic religion that they use Judaism to cover it up. So they bought it into society, but then they begin to use it to blackmail people so that they could have the power over them. So, which is a good segment into now that this shit is all out in the open and all of the elected officials and the people in power have been exposed by the Ashkenazis who's been running it and the Mossad who's been running this thing. Now that it's all out in the open, you don't have to abide by the bullshit and the nasty, horrible things that they've been wanting you to do. Now that your secrets is out, now get right. Now do the right thing.
Do
Do the
right
right thing. Now the secrets, the shit is out. They can't
If
blackmail
it
you
was
no
so
more.
simple.
Now
If
do
it
the
was,
right thing.
but it's not so simple. Like I said, I would tell nobody gonna be able to blackmail me because I'm gonna be the first one that's gonna tell. And if anybody gonna make a dime on telling it, it's gonna be me. If anybody gonna get rich on my story,
Yeah.
it's gonna
I
be
told
me.
my kids, I was like, don't ever let nobody blackmail you. You tell
No,
that shit. You
tell
tell
it.
it.
Tell it.
And
Let the
whatever it
chips
is, it
fall.
is.
Let the chips fall where
Yep.
they may. Let
Yep.
them fall.
Yep.
Let's go. Let's
But
roll.
that
Let's
shit,
roll.
but the shit that they was doing was so heinous. That was heinous. I mean, that was evil, diabolical.
That's what
It was just unbelievable. It was movie TV shit that just don't
Yeah,
happen in real life. That's
yes,
how horrible that was. So
yes.
you can understand. That's our little blackmail things, that somebody might blackmail us. Hey,
Ah,
it ain't
it
even
don't even
close.
compare. I'll be like, well, okay, you
Mhm.
got me, you got me, you got me, you got
Uh-huh,
me.
uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
you
And
got
that's what
me.
they did. So it was just heinous. So hopefully now that all y'all that done got busted on the
But it's
list
not
is out
over,
in is
Nate. It's still.
now.
Do you think it's over?
No, I don't think it's over. But what I do think is if you want to redeem yourself, the world knows what the right thing to do is.
But it's not. There's no moral impediment. That's not it. The people that are involved because they wanted the money. So they
Right.
were able,
And the
there's
power.
something that was in exchange. So you're willing to do whatever, to be a complicit. Because look, I don't see Jeffrey Epstein going and snatching nobody, kidnapping nobody. He had to have somebody do it for him. He had to pay somebody or whatever,
Yeah.
however he was able to get
Yes.
whoever.
Yes.
So he didn't physically do nothing. So you got a lot of people that are willing for money to assist in making this happen. So those
Yes.
greedy people ain't going nowhere. They just gonna find another slick way to get paid. Because at the end of the day, people want money. Money, lust of the eyes, they want what they can buy, they want what they can see, they want what they can have, and so the money is a lure, it's a means to an end. So when you talk about eradicating stuff like that, you gotta first talk about what it is that will cause a person, really to even contemplate participating in something like that. That's just greed,
That
low
is
level,
perversion. It's
and perversion.
perversion.
But
It started with the perversion.
it's
I
the
mean, this is a fetish, which is beyond a fetish, but it's a perverted fetish that these people were able to do freely, so they thought. But then when their perversion got videotaped, and then you know what? It was the same thing like Madoff. So Madoff, what he did was he got people with money and said, I can invest this money for you. But it's exclusive. It's exclusive. So that's how he got people, because this is exclusive. This is an exclusive investment club. And
Right.
so they would go out and tell their money making friends, invest your money, it's exclusive. Everybody ain't in it. That was the same thing with this
So
thing.
that's the pitch, just to be part of something that everybody ain't in, first of all. So again, that's pride. You want to be exclusive. You want to be in
Yes,
something, in some
it was
area
exclusive.
that's
Yeah,
exclusive. So that's
yeah.
pride. You know, number one, you want to be seen as something that everyone else is not. It's status. You know, you want pride, prominence, status, money. Again, that's
Yeah.
greed, pride,
And yeah,
and
because
lust.
that was the whole thing was the Ashkenazis. They want to rule and run the world, and that's how they were able to make governments, because it was them making the money, and that's how they made governments give them billions of dollars a year, allow them to exterminate whole groups of people with not even the United Nations was able to do anything with it. So it stems from the Ashkenazis. That's who is running this thing. And they're getting all these people, all these high powered people who have these perverted fetishes, and they say, come on in, yeah, I can do this for you. And then they teach them their satanic, what they've been doing outside of it, because some of them is just sexual. They're perverts anyway. So they add the eating of the babies, and they add that
Well,
on
please
to
just say
it.
them, 'cause I seen the Dalai Lama sucking on the baby's tongue.
Yeah,
So
tell the little kid to
well,
suck my tongue.
that's a Buddhist. Ain't that a Buddhist? Ain't
Yeah.
that a monk?
Oh, they have them over there that's doing shit. They have them over there that's doing shit too. That's what I'm saying. They're satellites. They're
Girl, this is
satellites all over
sad.
the world. That's
This is
doing
sad.
that. Yeah, that's doing that. So it is if you can get a hold on stopping the Ashkenazis, then this thing will, I won't say go away, but the grip that they have on especially our elected officials, and even in Europe.
They're looking at it as a way of enhancing their power or achieving or attaining power. It's something about the sacrifice, because life is in the
Yes,
blood. And so they
yes,
really
absolutely.
believe that
Yes,
by
they do.
taking it in, that
Yes, they
it
do.
really is going to
Yes, they do.
empower them and increase their life force and their ability. So I'm just not knowledgeable enough, but I know that it's deeply entrenched in that. And
It's in their genes. It's genetic. It is they're depraved, and that's in their genes. They're depraved, and it is what it is. It's a depravity. It's a Satan
some
walking
things you
on
can't
people.
pray away. Certain things you cannot pray
Right.
away. You know
That's
that?
right. Yeah.
Certain things you cannot pray away.
Like you said, I will turn you over to a reprobate mind. And some of them aren't even connected to the Spirit of God anyway.
Right.
Some of them aren't even, there's no connection. There's no way that you can even talk to him.
But I think we're worshiping two different gods here. There's a different God that they're worshiping. When you're talking about
I
in
know.
order to, attain power or
Yeah,
faith,
yeah, yeah.
even in our Bible, there's certain things that we just kind of gloss over. When I'm thinking about Abraham, and he wanted a son. He waited all these years, about 99, until he finally had one. And
Right,
when he
right.
finally had one, then he realized that he had to sacrifice him.
Yeah.
Well, what is that? He had to sacrifice his only son to be obedient to the will of God. And he was going to. This is in our Bible.
Yeah.
You understand? And so
Yeah.
we're trying to explain or understand something, but our own culture embraces this. It's right there.
Well, I
So
I don't know. Is it in the same Bible that's in Ethiopia, or did
it's in the
did
same.
King James add that shit?
It's
Because the King James, the Ashkenazi, Did he add that shit? And,
We
and
gonna have to
is it,
scrap this whole video.
I
I
need
know
to
we got
read
no
the
video. Renee,
I need to read the Bible from Ethiopia, okay?
we are not gonna be able to do this video. I'm
I'm
gonna
just
tell
saying. I'm just saying. That
you.
motherfucker add that shit in there.
It's in there. That's your Bible. That's your King James Bible. That's
But did that Ashkenazi add that shit in there?
it's in there. It's in the. I have an Ethiopian Bible.
But
It's in there. It's in there.
okay.
And you want me to find it? Because I go get the Bible and we go do this. It's in
Listen,
there.
I believe you what you say, but I'm just saying that the interpretation.
It just don't sound the same, but it's the same. It's a form of sacrifice, and in order, listen, to appease God, we need a sacrifice. We go and slay a goat or slay a lamb. And in this Bible, it teaches us that the blood is offered as a sacrifice, to appease God, because it's pure, it's innocent, right? That's what he usually uses. And so when they were going up, he didn't have no sacrifice. He didn't have no ram or nothing. All he had was his son. The son looked around and said, "Well, I see the wood. I see the fire, but I don't see the sacrifice." And he said, God will provide a sacrifice. But all the time he had in mind that you gonna be the sacrifice. The son was like, "Well, I don't see it." Until finally God said, "Okay, now I see you really gonna go in with this. So no, go
Okay,
ahead and take the little ram over here in the bush."
Here's what I think. I think the Ashkenazis put that shit in there like that. But I think the sacrifice of his son meant something else besides killing him and burning him. I think it was a sacrifice related to his son, but I don't think it was that. I think them Ashkenazis put that shit in there because that's one of their practices that they do anyway.
Girl, well, we can't substantiate any of that with that.
Well, wasn't Abraham considered a Jew?
No.
Wasn't he in the line?
No. Abraham was a Canaanite, actually.
Okay.
And he told him to go from so he traveled from his Canaanite. Yeah, his people were
Who was the father of Judaism? Who was that? I thought Abraham was in that line.
It came from him, but his people are not. If you look at it, they're not Jews. Who is this calling me?
Listen, y'all, this is a real conversation that we have, and we at home.
Oh, this is real. I forgot we was recording. She wanted to cut all this stuff.
I'm just saying, we real. So we got our telephones here. The TV is on.
We're going to come back.
I can't eat right now. I can't eat right now to the sunset, okay? So I say I'm eating like I was before. So I got to wait for the sun to set.
Waiting for the sun. You got a couple more hours to go, girl.
Yeah, I got a couple more hours to go.
It's been a day, but it's been a day. My heat went off today. 8 o'clock today. All of a sudden, I heard an explosion, like, bam! And I was like, oh my God, what was that? It didn't sound like even an M80. It was louder than that. And I was like,
is a power outage for the whole community?
I believe so. What happened was I think a transformer blew out. And then about 15 minutes later, ComEd came out. And so, they were working on lines, but then the lights was flickering and flickering. I'm like, okay, God, okay. Then all of a sudden, bam, everything went off. But it was daytime. So it didn't take but about 10 minutes, 15 minutes before you start feeling it, getting a little chilly.
That cold?
Yes, I'm getting a little chilly. Because one thing in this house, the TV can never go off. Number one, the TV can't never go off in this house. If the TV go off, that means mama gonna be like, what's going on? And grandma gonna be like, what? Is the church on? The church off? And mama gonna be like, and then I'm running around. I realize I am not ready. As much as I've been preaching about get ready for the unexpected, I'm not ready. One thing you need, everything solar operated. You need gadgets that can be solar operated.
Yes, that's true, Audrey. And that's what I'm gonna have to do. I need now. I have. Let me show you what I have.
Yeah. Because we need all this
And I
stuff
bought.
to get ourselves ready. They're testing their systems now. And temporarily, there's power outages in certain places. It seems like systems are being tested to see if they have the power to.
Listen, they even had in those emails about viruses and stuff like that, and all that.
They've been doing it, so they've been
This
testing.
is
What's
what I
that?
have.
Oh, so that's okay. Yeah.
And then it's got the flashlight. It's solar, and it's solar. It's solar operated.
So how much is something like that?
I got it off of Amazon.
It's expensive because you need about 10 of them, right?
No, it's not expensive at all, Audrey. It's not. It might have been $12 or something, and I got it, or 20 something, and I got two. It came in pairs of two, so I got for my kids. Each of them got two of them.
That's good.
Okay, but there are solar lamps, like the tall lamps.
Oh,
there are solar lamps. Yeah, and I know that's the next thing that I'm gonna get.
So so we need some of that, and then we need what we're gonna cook on, because that was the first thing. As soon as the lights went off, I got hungry, and I was like, "Okay, what we gonna eat?"
So I saw this thing on social media where you get the bucket of oil, the solid oil,
like lard,
and you get some candles. Yeah, like lard, and you get some candles, and you stick like 4 candles in the bucket.
Okay.
And with the wick up, and then you get the big can of coffee and you empty it out and you poke holes in it and you sit it on top of the heated candles, and you can get a pot and put the pot on it, and it'll heat the food up. It'll cook. Yeah.
Girl, we better get ready. We better get ready, because something tell me we gonna be right there, girl. And they never learn how to start a fire without fire. And the stove wasn't working. The microwave wasn't working. Nay, I got so hungry. And so then I ordered some Uber Eats. And I sat there and waited. And I looked at my phone, and the order never did. They canceled it or something. So we didn't get.
You didn't push the button. That's what it was. You didn't push the order button.
I thought I had a time. You know, when you push it, they tell you it's on the way. They be telling you it's going to come. But I never did, like, get to that part where
you didn't push the button. But if you have a grill, you know, you could put some wood and shit in there and cook too.
But it's cold. Ain't nobody going to be standing outside cooking on no grill.
If you got to survive, you put your coat on.
Girl, it's time to learn.
You ain't had no gas and electricity for days. Shit, you take your ass out there, use that grill.
We got the pit, you know, the pit in the back. We're going to be doing some things, girl. One thing about it, you just got to live. You got to rock with it and roll with it. And this is what this is teaching me, that we're going to be inconvenienced. And we're going to lose some liberties that we have been so accustomed to. We're going to have to adapt in certain respects. When I come in the kitchen, I don't just turn the lights on now. I try to get my eyes adjusted to the daylight that's coming through the window.
Okay, that's it.
When I wash my dishes, I just use 1 pot of water, a bowl of water, and I don't run no water till everything is washed. Then when all them dishes is washed, then I run the water and rinse it.
Yeah.
Because I've been wasting money, because I used to just rinse, wash, rinse. What a waste. It's time.
It is. That's what I do. I load up my dishwasher until it's loaded and full.
Until it's loaded and full.
I don't put my pots in the dishwasher, but I load my dishwasher till it's full.
Okay.
And then I'll wash.
And
Yeah.
then you wash them, and then you run
And
them.
then
See,
I'll run it. Yeah, but I wash my pots just like that. I wash them first and put them over there on that side of the sink. And when
yeah.
they all washed, then I rinse.
Now, what we gonna do for water, Nate? With the water, because what if something happens and they say you can't drink your water? You're drinking water, and even if nobody has bottled water, then what do we do? Because I'm
Gotta
like,
go. You
what's
gotta
wrong with
go
it?
somewhere.
We
You
can't
gotta go
convert the
somewhere to
water
get
that
water.
what are we gonna do? So should we? What are we gonna do? Should we start buying water now? Because I mean,
Yeah.
what if you can't get no water, Nate?
Right. Right.
These are things that really, in light of everything that's going on, the world to me is nothing like I thought it was.
It's scary. It's that Epstein shit is scary.
It is.
It's scary to think that you have such a number of people that was on that list. I mean, because some of us was saw Clinton and the Clintons up close and personal. In events and stuff like that, you
Absolutely.
saw them, real people. You saw them.
Yeah.
Some people
Yeah.
saw
Yes.
the prince in England that got
Mhm.
they took everything away from him because he was so active
Andrew.
with
Andrew.
Andrew. Some people saw Andrew up close and personal, and this motherfucker eating babies and assaulting minors.
That's what it is.
I mean,
And see,
it's
the
like
thing about
this
it,
is a real
they
person.
didn't. They knew about all this stuff. It's people like
Yeah,
they phony when they acting all shocked. Like really, they're lying because
yeah,
just
they're
because
lying.
we're just finding out, these people been knowing about this and ain't said nothing, so they can't come to
Melinda,
now.
Melinda Gates. Melinda Gates is a
She
perfect
knew about it.
example.
She knew
She
about
knew.
it.
That's why
She
she
knew.
divorced
That's
his
why she
ass.
divorced him. That's
That's why
exactly
she
right.
divorced his ass.
That's right.
That's why
That's
she
right.
divorced his ass.
And she said that's why he should be investigated. She said that. I think I heard
Now,
he should be
now,
investigated. Yeah. Just the other day, she
now.
said he should be investigated now.
Yeah, see now.
Yeah.
Now, she should have said that shit some years ago. See,
Right. But
I
she
mean,
never said it.
so she's a conspirator.
That's why she was giving all that money away. She didn't want the money because she knows how he came by it and how it's just not good money. All money ain't good money. And she didn't want no parts of it. She was trying to give it away with the quickness. I was just reading the other day when he was saying they were saying something about in the shots that some of his DNA might be in the Myrna shots that he wanted to duplicate his DNA.
Oh,
J because he wanted to have his DNA in everybody around the world.
oh, okay. I
His
believe it.
Epstein.
I believe it. It's
It's,
not a conspiracy. I believe everything. There's no such thing as a conspiracy.
they were talking about all this stuff way before COVID ever came out. You
And
know,
exactly, it
you
was
know,
them. And one of the senators named Kennedy, he said,
yeah.
now that all of the conspiracy theories have been proven correct, you're going to have to get some new conspiracy
You're
theories.
gonna have to get some new ones because all of these ain't conspiracies no more.
Hey,
Because
conspiracy, you ain't got no more
Obama came out the other
conspiracy.
day and said flat out in an interview, he was like, "Yeah, there's aliens. Yeah, they're here." We were like, "What?" He's like, "Yes, they're here. Been here. No, I've never seen one up close and personal, something like that."
Listen, I mean, I believe that there's many paths to God, but
Yeah,
I believe that there's some people ain't no path to them.
he said, "Ain't no path to it. Ain't
You
not."
can't confess Jesus. You can't confess Muhammad. You can't confess Buddha. You can't confess none of them. You are not getting there. And maybe they know. Maybe those are the ones that know that are worshiping the satanic realm because they know that a glory they'll never get to.
I don't
They'll never
know.
get there.
I just don't know enough about it. That's one religion that I haven't even tried to understand because I just can't. see why you would want to worship Diablo. I just don't understand. But I do, in a sense, when you think about him being the God of this world and then giving you an option, you want to live your best life now, and don't even think about the after. Just live right now. And I think that's the promise that he's made to people that have accepted his deal. You're going to have your best life. He offered the same deal to Jesus. He says, look, throw yourself down and worship me, and I will give you all of this. He offered him the same deal. All I want you to do is worship me. The same thing.
That wasn't his child. That was not his child. That was not his grandchild. That was not his. He did not come from his loins.
He didn't come from
But
his
he was
loins.
offering it. They're offering it. They're offering it to everybody, but their children are the only ones that really take and really worship it and walk in it.
I think I think you're gonna take on the spirit. Once you take it on, your whole spirit changes. You can see when somebody has gotten in over their heads. Cause listen, and I ain't throwing shade. I hate to do this, but it's somebody right now that don't look like nothing they looked like. They were in the movie. What is it? The one with the takeoff from the Wiz called Ariana.
Wicked.
Yeah. Wicked. What happened there? Little Ariana, and the other one, the girl. There's some changes going on.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, but it seems like a shift in something that has caused your whole persona to just shrivel up, and you don't even look the same.
Yeah.
No, I was hoping we froze.
No. I just think, I really, really think that there are some humans that are alien. Now, I think it's different types of aliens, just like there are different beings and animals. I think that they're different aliens. And I do think that one of the aliens is these people here that's eating babies and drinking blood. I do not think that they are a part of any glory or any of those types of things, where I think that they just can't. There's a barrier. There's a barrier where they just can't get there. They would never be accepted there. Yeah. And that's what I think. And they are a form of an alien. I think they're a form of an alien. If we got aliens, they one of them.
I'm hearing, from what I'm hearing, Nay, what would be your reaction? Because Princess Diana, it's been reported that she referred to some of the people in the royal family, so to speak, as reptilian. Yeah, that was the term. She said they were lizards. Lizards, that's what it was. The lizard people.
Listen, literally. I believe it. Listen, you can tell me anything now. I believe it. I believe it. Tell me it. I believe it. I fucking believe it.
And then
I fucking believe that's it.
Okay, here we go. So then there was reports in Vegas. It wasn't even a year ago. But somebody called the police to report there was like some real large beings in their backyard. They were about 8 feet, 10 feet tall. And
I believe it. I believe it.
And they looking at them, what do you do if you come face to face with something that you've never encountered? This is out of this world.
I guess it depends on if they was trying to kill me or what. It depends on what they was doing,
Right.
But
well, these people said they stood there and looked at him, and they just was like just looking. So they didn't make no sudden moves, but they eased to the phone. It was like, I'm looking at them right now. They said, can you describe them? Well, they're kind of big. They kind of got black eyes and you know, this is gonna be hard. This where we're moving into is integration of our lives with
the only safe place eventually is going to be sub-Saharan Africa. And
why sub-Saharan
wherever
the only safe place?
wherever FBAs are, when we congregate together, that's going to be a safe place too. Wherever we are, that we congregate, that's going to be a safe place. And sub-Saharan Africa, because of the movement that they're doing now, they're actually kicking out the evil beings, the aliens. They're kicking them out, kicking the motherfucking aliens out. And they're reverting back to natural things, the sea.
This is the thing. We have to understand that we have power and authority and dominion. We're not here powerless. Like God didn't just create us and put us here to be sheep for the slaughter, really. We have powers that we haven't tapped into. In order for us to effectively go into that, we have to realize who we are. So we in a world with other aliens and beings that God said he created us and made us a little lower than the angels. We have some powers too that we just don't realize that we have, Nay. And that's the thing. We're not just mortal beings. We're a spiritual being. We're not just helpless. No, we're spirit beings in a physical.
Well, we ain't figured it out yet. We ain't
figured
out.
That's right. We haven't figured it out. But I think that Epstein knew a little more about us than we.
You know who said that? Cat Williams said that. I don't know who he was being interviewed by, but Cat Williams said they know who we are.
They know who we are.
Yeah. They know who we are. We don't know who we are, but they know who we are. Yeah, he said that because they so worried about us all the time.
Because all the time, every time you look around, there's experimentation, to find out about the melanin in our bodies, or even now, to me, with the increase in plasma centers, trying to, encourage people for their plasma. They'll give them $30, $40, $50 for their blood plasma, or they want people to sell them their eggs. Somebody was going to give somebody $50,000 for their eggs. And I know right now, if you have a baby and you say, I want my placenta, they be like, what you want it for? Because it's mine. They be, what you going to do with it? I'm going to take it home with me. They want it, and they've been getting every time we have a baby, the first thing to do, push on you and snatch your placenta and run with it, girl. They be getting all kind of money. And so one time, Keela had a baby. She said, I want my placenta. They're like, what you gonna do with it? I want it. She said she had to sign so many documents to get it, right? Like she had to sign so many documents to get her own placenta, right? And so she got it. And, yeah. So I don't know, but some people, it's a business. It's a big business.
Yeah. You can get $30,000, it's them aliens.
$50,000.
It's them aliens. It's them aliens. It's them fucking aliens that worship Satan. It's the aliens. It's them.
And then they use it for the skin to make you live longer, to make your skin.
Yeah, and they
keep your wrinkles.
Oh my God. To mention the bioengineered shit that they got out there now.
Yeah, so they're having children just so they can have their body parts or use them to extend their own lives. This is harvesting. This is what you call our organ harvesting.
We are not doing anything like that. We're just not.
But
we don't
I'm
have,
not vouching for nobody. I ain't saying
we don't have this huge ring. No, we don't have no huge ring where it's just us. and we harvesting baby. We are not doing that. We ain't even got a fucking satellite. Okay? We ain't even got a satellite. We are not doing that. Now, will we beat the shit out of you? Yes, we will. Like in Africa, they said if you go on Instagram, they have in Africa, this is what we do to you if you steal. Beat their asses. They be beating the shit out of them, okay? They be whooping them. You know, we do that. That we might have a ring where we beat your ass, something like that. But we do not have a bona fide organization where you get in and you got to eat babies and drink their blood and cook their intestines and eat their intestines and just
I,
unimaginable. We do.
I ain't vouching for nobody. I can't vouch for nobody but myself. I ain't scared of nobody.
I will. I
I
will.
ain't,
You don't have to. I will.
I ain't,
I will. You don't
I
have
don't know
to.
what them folks been
If
doing.
it's not, if it is, it's not even close to the degree that them aliens is doing. It's not even close.
Have to be. If a little bit is too, a little bit too much. If it's little, it's a little bit.
Well, yeah, it is.
You know what I'm
But it ain't even
saying?
close.
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
because there's some people
yeah,
involved in it that I would have never thought, that but so I can't, I just, I love me
yeah.
some Denzel. He on the list. I love him. Nah, I
You
love
love some who?
Denzel. What
He
you got to say?
Denzel.
What you got to
He.
say? He was just looking.
But how many times? How many times did he go?
I
They
don't
had to
know.
introduce you, and then you go
I
back.
don't
He
know.
didn't go back. He didn't go back.
Girl,
He
he
didn't
been,
go back. Just like I think Ice Cube. Who was it? It was Ice Cube. I think he went to a Diddy party or something like that, and he
mm,
said he didn't feel right about it, and he never
yeah.
went back again. So you
Well,
can be introduced.
I
You
can
know,
believe that about him, but I don't believe that about Denzel.
you don't.
Mm-mm. As much as I love him, I don't.
Okay.
Really, because he wouldn't have been running trying to get baptized. It's like this last few months, he was like, I need to get dipped again. And when all this stuff was coming out, all of a sudden, Tyler Perry was laying hands on him. I was like, what you done did? What you been out there doing, Denzel? You
Right.
been out there bad, boy. And then right after that, what was that movie he made where he had that scene? He was supposed to be kissing a man, and they cut it out. Gladiators, or
You know what? I haven't seen that movie all the way through. I haven't sat down and watched it
I
all.
think they cut that part out, but they was talking about it because I think he was worried about what we were gonna think about, him kissing a man. So he
I
was
believe
kind of
that.
trying to explain it,
I believe that.
about like this. A lot of times they make the men, to me, like you said, it's a form of bringing them in the form of humiliation, before
Yeah.
their people. And I see all of them have been humiliated in some shape, form, or
Yeah.
fashion.
Yeah.
If you want this fame, you want this
Yeah.
position, this
Yeah.
power, you want to make these
Yeah.
movies, you can do that.
Yeah.
But every
Yeah.
now and then, we're going to show you who really controlling you. And I see that.
Mm-hmm. You know what? But I am so glad that they've been exposed. They've
Yeah.
been exposed. So now, once you're exposed, you don't have the strength anymore. You don't have that
No.
muscle anymore when you've been
Yeah, but each
exposed.
person is not strong enough to bear up to it. Like, I believe that guy, what was that guy? Twitch? I think he might have been involved in some kind of way with Diddy. Remember the one that was with Ellen? The dance, he used to dance on Ellen
Oh, the
DeGeneres
one that
show.
committed suicide?
Yeah, and it just seems so
Oh,
strange how all of a sudden he just committed suicide, and then they try to explain it away. I don't know what happened, but he was in a hotel, he just left the house, and his wife didn't know where he was, and then he didn't take the car. Or, I don't know what it was, but it was something crazy like that.
Right, right,
which leads
right.
me to think something happened. He was embarrassed about it or found out about it or was going to be blackmailed about something. And it was made
Mm,
either made to look like he committed suicide, made to look
yeah,
like, because it could have been getting ready to expose something, but it
yeah,
made to look like, you know what I'm saying? So all these things, a lot
yeah.
of these people that it was made to look like suicide, it wasn't. And
Well, they say Kurt Cobain.
I was just
They
getting
said
ready
Kurt
to say that.
Cobain did not commit
That's
suicide.
Uh-huh. A lot of them. Michael Jackson. I don't believe that the way he died is the way he died. Thinking about it, Michael could have been the one that was trying to protect these babies. Maybe he knew
That's
by
what they
what
said.
being a child star and all this, and Neverland was a place where it was never to happen to any other child the
Okay.
way that it happened to him. And they knew that he was had this in mind, but they always know how to frame you.
Yeah.
They can always use that's what they say, you kill me with my love. Remember Michael Green Duncan, Claude Duncan say in the Green Mile, how they killing him with
I ain't
his
see
love.
that either.
You don't
I
see
ain't see
nothing.
that. So I like action packed movies.
This is
Like True
action.
Lies. You got to be shooting people and blowing shit up and stuff,
Oh my
fighting
goodness.
and doing
It's,
karate and
it's,
shit.
this is spiritual. He had the gift of healing in his hands. And then
But they
he came
killed
across.
him.
Right, they killed him, but
Listen,
he said they used my
he
love
didn't
against
have
me.
the gift of healing. Didn't heal his ass. It didn't save him. Shit.
He
No.
didn't want to because after a while, he was tired. You get tired of being a scapegoat. You get tired of people beating up on you, and you just want to give it up. And he could take your illness, like he would, like suck it up, suck all your
Uh,
pain out of you, and then he would let it out, and it would come out like flies, all the illness. But one time he sucked in somebody's illness, and he didn't spit it out. He took it in because he wanted to go ahead and die. So he took it in. But
didn't they execute him?
yeah, they did that too.
That's why I didn't want to see it.
It was sad, but it had a purpose. I mean, the thing was that he could see evil in a person. He could read you. He
While
could
he was in jail, he did that, or was that something
yeah.
that you saw before he went to jail?
How he got in jail, he saw these little girls that had been murdered, I think. And he was trying to restore health back to them because he had the ability. If he got you right when you were near death, he could hold you, and some kind of power he had could restore health to you. But they had already been beyond, help. So when they saw him, I guess they saw the blood on him where he had been holding them or something.
Okay.
And so that's how
Okay.
they thought he killed him.
Okay.
But the
Okay.
person that really killed him was already locked up for something else or something. So some kind of way when he touched him, he got the vision of the girls through that person, and he knew that that was the real,
Okay.
killer, right there in the prison
Killer.
with him. But he had the gift of healing because Tom Hanks in that role of a guard, I think he had a real bad STD or something. He had to clap. He had to burn, girl, and so him and his wife couldn't, have relations regular. And so
Right.
the
Right. Right.
Michael Claude, he grabbed him in his nuts, right? And he was able to
Pull it
suck it
out,
out
huh?
of him, pull it out of him. And so he was able to go home and have
Wow.
relations with his wife, So he
Oh,
healed.
wow.
He had a gift like that. How did we get, how did, girl, we don't went on a tangent. Well, I want to thank everybody. Thank everybody for rocking
Yes.
with us. It's been a ride. I
Yes.
tell you, it's been a one.
Yes. When
I,
around. Yeah.
I want to thank everybody for liking and for following and for subscribing and just for, staying up to date with us for real. I want to thank our
Yeah.
team. I want to thank
This
everybody.
is true.
I want to thank y'all.
This
Thank
is
y'all for
true.
rocking with us. We're gonna keep on. We're gonna keep on until we get it right, right, sis?
Yes, y'all. Thank you. And I want to thank you guys for sticking with us because we growing the technology now. We growing. We new to this, and we from a different generation than y'all that just know how to open up some shit and get it started. That ain't us.
Push a few buttons.
But we smart. We are smart. So that means that we can learn. Yeah, we can learn because we smart, and it ain't gonna take us long. So
Not that long.
you know, one of these days you're gonna see us. We're gonna be all professional and everything. Yeah,
We're gonna get an ebook, and we're gonna get an ebook so we can tell you how to do it.
Yeah. We gonna have a whole crew working on it. Like you hear the people say, "Oh, John, can you look that up for me and see what that is?" We're gonna have a whole crew doing that for us eventually.
That's right. We starting small. We never despise the small beginnings, right? Because we don't know, but we know that this is leading to something big. We know that.
Thank you. And we gonna have day ones. So we're gonna have them to say, you know, I looked at y'all's first episode and the second one. We couldn't hear. Listen, y'all gonna be our day ones. Day one. We're gonna have a category where we start getting them. These is the day ones.
But
you made it to day one.
You made it to 4.
Yeah.
You made it to number 4. Thank you for rocking with us. Just know it's gonna get better. Ain't nowhere to go but up from here.
I promise. Ain't nowhere. That's right. Ain't nowhere but up. Still. Yeah.
Yeah. Take care. Happy New Year. Happy Ramadan.
It's good talking to you, though.
Always good talking to you, girl. It's always good to see you.
Yes, we be having some good conversation. That's why we said we need to podcast our conversation.
Because they be good.
And
we be having some good conversation.
That's all this is when we talk. These are the conversations that we have personally when we talk on the phone to each other. So this is what we're doing. We're sharing our phone conversations. We're sharing our phone conversations with you.
That's it. And it can go on and on.
Yeah. So listen, sometimes we be talking 4, 6 hours
until we get it out.
2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, we gotta talk until we get it out. You see how it goes on and on and on. This is good therapy, though. I'm telling you, that's what.
So what you guys are doing is you're listening in on these types of conversations that we've been had for what, 40, 50 years?
50 years now. 50 years.
Yep. These are the conversations that we've had.
Chat with a sister, honey. We've been chit-chatting it up. I love it. I thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. All right.
Queen Mother, Queen Mother.